Thank you, Miss Sarah. Thank you, Miss Samantha Mock, for your lovely hosting of this series of World Moral Day, what do you call Malaysia Day celebration for this evening. This is our second series, second year. We did one last year on 16th September 2020. So this is going to be an ongoing yearly program. Now, I'm really amazed by all our speakers, all our 6 speakers on this platform. I think speakers YB, we had just heard about YB Yang Berhormat Honorable Dato Dr, who is the Member of Parliament for Penampang, and unfortunately, because of his constituencies under some what you call natural disaster, it's a heavy flooding is happening at this moment at this area. But despite his very busy schedule, he managed to get us a video just about an hour, about 2 hours ago. He managed, because he doesn't want to be missed in this session. So we must thank Honorable Dato Daryl Laking, of Sabah. And also let me thank our Mr. Sunil. Sunil, I think you spoke well on different perspective of education and family love, family unity, which is very important in on this what do you call, talking about moral on this Malaysia Day. Very well spoken. Thank you, Sunil. And coming to Mr. Ahmad Tarmizi, I think he's a very well experienced gentleman. I always admire him because he's a very well-traveled man, very experienced, and he's doing a lot of many humanitarian work in many countries outside Malaysia. So I thank Mr. Ahmad Tarmizi for being with us in this session. And of course, not forgetting our very senior journalist, Mr. Arul Das. I had really admired, been following your journalism, your reporting for the last more than 35 years. I've been following you, and you have been very meticulous, very sharp, very observant in your writing. And I'm very surprised, very what do you call, inspired by your writing. The most important, you wrote about the mass graveyard that was that you founded at the border of Thailand and Malaysia, and you really took your life to go there to make an investigation, and you came back to write on a book on that incident, which is really great. That is the heart, the spirit of journalism, and you have that. And that's why I felt that you must be on board for this session. And thank you, Mr. Arul. Thank you, sir. Thank you. And of course, another very senior fellow in the business world, none other than Mr. Stephen Lai. Stephen, you spoke very well. After so many years in overseas stint, you brought all your experiences to Penang, and now Penang is really benefiting from your 30 over years in overseas. And you spent in USA, in China, in Indonesia, in so many countries, and it's a plus factor for Penang, and of course for Malaysia as well. And you're still into so many business enterprises, you're into so many investment companies, and you're helping setting up so many industries for Malaysia, who are from overseas as well. So that is why you spoke very well as well in how to enhance our unity, our peace, our morality, our humanity in this aspect. Thank you, Mr. Stephen Lai. Thank you, sir. Thank you. And of course, I must thank our Paul Fong. Paul Fong, very well, you from all the way from Sarawak, Kuching, Sarawak, and we wanted to bring you in because we would not like Sarawak to be left out. Sabah and Sarawak is part of Malaysia, so it really coincides with our Malaysia Day celebration. That is what Paul, you are here, and Paul spoke very well from the ethnic background, of the tribal background. You have the spirit of Sarawakian, And that's why I can see, I can feel the spirit of peace in you. You wanted to build that peace between Sarawak and Peninsula Malaysia. And I'm really happy that you spoke very well, sir. Thank you, Mr. Paul, for being on stage with us. So all the speakers, and of course, not forgetting to our host and our moderator, host who are very well. I think she has been on board twice, and I don't have to tell about Miss Hema. She has been here and there moderating so many sessions. So she also a part and parcel of WHD. And thank you for both of you, hosts. And you never say no when I call you all, in spite of your very busy schedule. I know Samantha is so busy with your what do you call PWD Smart Farmability, and Hema is very busy with My Global World, her company, dealing with students all around the world. But in spite of that, you have some time to spend for the social work for this country. Now that is what we are looking for. It's what Mr. Ahmad Tarmizi said. You can go wherever you can go in the world, but you cannot find a country like Malaysia. So he said, home is the best. Coming back to Malaysia is one of the best experience. And I felt after going to many countries, after staying 1 week or 2 weeks or few years, I stayed a few years in London and a few years in Canada. But it's not like staying in Malaysia. I still feel that the spirit of love, the spirit of unity, the spirit of humanity, the spirit of morality is still surviving, is still alive in Malaysia, in spite of other problems. Forget about other problems. So this is what WHD, the World Humanitarian Drive, is all about, that we want to be together. Thank you, Mr. Ahmad Tarmizi, for giving that thought. So finally, I'm given only about 5 minutes to talk, because if Hema already highlighted me, because she's already flashing the red light, because my timing must be short, but otherwise I'll go for 1 hour or 2 hours, because I'm always used to speaking long hours. You can give me 3 hours, I can also take 3 hours on this topic. So anyway, finally, let me thank all the great speakers, all the great invited guest speakers for this session. Thank you once again. And I must thank at this juncture our founder chairman, none other than the Honorable Dr. Abdul Bashid Said, the man who has been flying. I just heard that he just came back from India. He was traveling to India, and he just came back, and he had so many events lined up for him. And in spite of that, he managed to come for our function and give some words for his opening remarks. And it was a great surprise that Honorable Dr. Abdul Bashid managed to bring His Excellency Paul Clark, a man, a very senior politician, a very well-known man in the United Kingdom, in UK, in the government of UK, and still he's very popular. And bringing His Excellency Paul Clark to this event, to our event, it's a great honor to Malaysia. It's a great honor to WHD Malaysia chapter, I should say, for a man to come and say a few words. So thank you, His Excellency. Thank you for being part of us, and thank you, Honorable Dr. Abdul Bashid, and for this. And to all those behind the curtain, there's been so many of them who have been making this program a success. I must thank our Miss Sarah Wilson. Yeah, she's been with me 24 hours around the clock, the whole week, the whole month, to make sure that everything goes fine. Miss Sarah Wilson is the global head of operations and technical team, and she covers so well in all our functions. And she's there. She's at the as what do you call it, behind the curtain, and she's doing all this job for us. So thank you for Miss Sarah Wilson. Of course, all the WHD chapters, honorary secretary generals. We have 12 other secretary generals around the world, and all of them, I presume all of them are watching this session whole day. And thank you to all the honorable secretary generals of WHD around the world. And of course, I must thank what do you call our other teams, all other teams involved to make this program a great success for this session. And thank you again to all of you. And to all our partners here in Malaysia, those who have really behind us, like people like Pure Life Society, we have Snehem, we have Perin, we have Malaysian Corruption Watch, MCW, we have Pelita, we have the Penang Center for Child Care Center, Peace Center, and all of this, and many other organizations are behind us, WHD, and we are gaining, and of course, we are gaining momentum with humanity, what they call, headed by Mr. Ahmad Tarmizi and Mr. Stephen Lai, and of course, last but not least, I must mention one very important man who's on a wheelchair, the paraplegic farmer, Mr. Dr. Billy Tang, who heads the PWD Smart Farmability in Malaysia, and he's the man at the moment. He is giving 1,000. He's giving 1,000 organic vegetable terrarium boxes for Penang State, and we just a week ago we handed over to the Chief Minister of Penang, and WHD is a partner. It's a partner together with PWD Smart Farmability, and we are going all out into Malaysia. And next year, friends, next year you better get your schedule right. Next summer, 2022, I'm taking a delegation of WHD members, people, together with PWD Smart Farmability to London. Next summer, 2022, next summer we are going to London. That is to the British Parliament in Westminster, London, where we will have our WHD Global Trilateral Peace Summit. Global Trilateral Peace Summit next summer 2022, and we are going as a big delegation, Malaysian delegation, WHD Malaysia chapter, and we are going to be there, and some of us already identifying, some of us going to be honored at that event in London, and you are going to be at the top. And of course, PWD Smart Farmability, Dr. Billy Tang, which is a very, very unique social enterprise system that he has got, and we wanted to honor him, and a few of others in our WHD group will be there in London, and you are going to be the top of the world. And I already had the word with our Honorable Dr. Abdul Bashir, and he has agreed to it, and you are going to be the top of the world in London. So with that, once again, thank you to all speakers, thank you to the host, the moderator, and thank you to Ms. Sarah Wilson, the organizing team, and I pass back to the host, Ms. Samantha.